Hello everyone. The stream should be starting soon. We're going to be playing Final Fantasy X, and even though I streamed a bit of this game before, I played a lot of it by myself, and now I forget where I am, so we're just going to start over. None of it got uploaded to YouTube anyway. We're going to use the standard grid sphere, because I don't know, I don't think I am hardcore enough for the expert grid. So a lot of things in Final Fantasy X HD look really nice, and the music I think was all redone, so that's an actual orchestra as opposed to a synth orchestra. They also had to redo a lot of the textures and stuff because for some reason, for a really long time, Japanese companies would just throw away all the stuff that they did and then print out the coding on paper for when they needed it again. So they had to rebuild a lot of this game from scratch, much like Kingdom Hearts 1.5. This beginning opening establishing shot takes forever. I'm not sure if they added the ability to skip cutscenes in this game for the HD version. Hope they did, because there's a couple really dickish bosses that are after, I guess, I don't know, I think 20-minute long cutscenes.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
I'm kind of split on this game because I really like the combat system, really like the leveling up system. Those are good. I guess the game looks alright. I mean, for an early PS2 game, it looks really good, but I mean, I don't like a lot of enemy design. The problem I have with this game is that the story is pretty garbage. It is like, it is awful. Like, if this game did not have as good as combat as it does, I would probably not play this game at all. This would be like Final Fantasy VIII levels of bad if the combat was not as good as it is. And honestly, the combat doesn't really pick up until, I don't know, 6 hours in. And this isn't a case of like the combat just keeps tutorializing you or whatever. It's a case of you don't get all of your team members until about 6 hours in, and when you finally get like all of your team members, it is a really good, really interesting combat system that's actually fairly deep and fairly satisfying to learn. But until you unlock most, if not all, of your team members, then I guess like it's just an X-Fest at that point.
Do this. That will mean it was for you, okay?
Also, I really don't like any of the characters except for one. Well, main characters, the protagonists. I don't like any of the protagonists except for one of them. And this is not them. Also, the lip syncing in this game is really bad because it was before. I'm not even sure if they do it now, but it was before when they would completely redo cutscenes so that it would fit with the English voice acting, and so it's really long or sometimes way too short, and it just looks bad. They fixed it a little bit for 10.2, but it's still pretty bad in that game. And overall, I would say 10.2 is on the same quality level of this game, but the way that works is that it got a much better combat system, which is weird because this game has pretty good combat, and the second one's even better. But the story is somehow even worse and more incomprehensible and way more dumb.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jack.
I don't think you get any items for talking to any of these people. I think talking to these people just... they're just like, wow, we're waiting for the Blitzball game! Ray! Blitzball's the best! I like it when you play rugby underwater, and then it ends up being completely different when you actually play it for yourself. I really do not like Blitzball at all.
Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today.
Can't wait until Dex is done doing Banjo-Kazooie stuff so that way he can talk over this video game with me.
I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player.
I don't know, I thought there was supposed to be somebody who was supposed to give you like potions or something. I guess not.
Legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Make way, make way.
So yes, our main character is big name sports celebrity, son of another big name sports celebrity. And he has it so hard because he's rich and famous and people love him. But man, his dad was just so famous. And are you ready for butt rock? This song. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this song. For some stupid reason, I kind of like this song. Why do they act all surprised when the Blitzball thing activates? Don't they live here? Haven't they seen like 1 billion games of this already? Oh, here's the one character I can stand. P.S. Blitzball is nowhere near this exciting or fun. Blitzball is a math game, essentially. It's all about numbers. So yeah, our main villain, or whatever, is a giant sphere of water that actually isn't a giant sphere of water and is more like a fleshy death whale or something. So this was the first fully voice acted, or voice acted at all, Final Fantasy. And at the time, I thought it was pretty cool that they had voice acting. And then the more I played it, the more I realized I really just want to skip voices and just mash through text dialogue. I can read faster than these people can talk. I think that's the main reason why I don't like a lot of JRPGs these days. Because there's just way too much talking and like unskippable 40-minute long cutscenes. I'm curious, can I skip cutscenes in this game? They add that in?
Hey, not this way.
No, they did not add in the ability to skip cutscenes. Wow. Oh, Dex is calling! Hello.
Hello.
I've already started.
Okay. Whereabouts are you? Hitbox?
Yeah, I am at Hitbox / K1 Zombie. I just got to the part where Titus is about to fight some dumb scale things. I started the game over because I don't remember where I was.
Poor soul.
I know. Oh, also I have the grimoire that is the Final Fantasy X / 10-2 strategy guide to tell me where all the Albed stuff is. Because I am just so interested in hearing what they have to say.
I haven't got anything, but I've seen what else they play this game once, that was a while ago now. I'm playing the PC one, right?
Yeah.
A gift from Jack.
It has some nice music remixes and also updated textures because they had to basically rebuild this game almost from scratch because old Japanese companies would delete a lot of their stuff once they were done with the game because for some reason that is just something that they did.
We cut through.
Like
You know
between
how much video game files is worth one day? Cool. eBay it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was because, like, back then, once you were done with a game, you were fucking done with it. And, like, I don't think they really foresaw, hey, people are so dumb that they will just buy upscaled versions of the same game with trophy support. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked. I have bought so many HD upscaled versions of games. It's not even funny. Like I basically have rebought my entire PlayStation 2 library that I actually care about.
I'm planning on getting Journey for PS4.
Oh, right, yeah.
PS4.
I'll probably end up getting that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, don't they have a new game coming out, which is basically like Journey but underwater?
Oh, that game comes?
Yeah,
Um,
I thought they,
no.
I thought they announced,
Problem for a while.
I thought they announced that
Some can't wait to
on
die.
E3 last year that they were making a game called like Azul, something.
Not sure. I don't actually remember. I feel like I would have remembered that.
From what I saw, it basically looked like Journey, but you were swimming and it was underwater. Anyway, this boss is fucking easy as shit because you kill everything that could actually potentially kill you in this fight with Orn's overdrive. And then this boss can only cast gravity spells on you, and gravity does percentile-based damage. So it can never actually kill you. Like, when I was younger, I thought that this boss fight was, I don't know, more important than it was. So I would always just, like, heal myself, not realizing, hey, he only does, like, percentile based off of your current HP and not your max HP, so...
Well, I mean, you wouldn't know that,
I
but
guess.
obviously. You wouldn't guess that.
Yeah.
I think the first time I saw this game, I did it the PS3 one. The first time I saw it, I saw the scene near the beginning where like, Titus and Peter, what is it?
I say Titus because it sounds less dumb.
Yeah, Titus is like signing autographs.
Oh, yeah, I already got past that part.
With the people he's signing autographs for, like their faces are like flat.
Uh-huh.
And their head.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else has got super detailed faces, which is so weird.
They put, like, zero effort into the NPCs.
Make the game. There's a lot of trouble for you make the game, and then you just make just, like, generic NPC face texture. Flat face.
Oh god, that reminds me of, like, I heard that when Metal Gear Solid 4 was in production, Hideo Kojima wanted every single solitary character model to have a unique face.
Oh my god.
Huh?
Because it was the awesome power of the PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 3, so obviously you could do that, right? No. No, you can't do that. That's why a lot of them have their faces covered with, like, modified bicycle helmets and stuff. However, something you can do with the awesome power of the PlayStation 3 is turn Johnny into a beautiful, beautiful man. Johnny is just absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Everybody should buy and play Tokyo Jungle. It's great.
Is it possible to finish that game?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while.
This could be bad.
Yeah, me either.
Now, knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
So, this fight will go on forever, and since you don't get any experience from it, they tell you to attack this, I think it's supposed to be a gas canister. I don't know, I've never seen a gas canister like this in...
The future gas canister, come on.
Oh, okay.
It's a future fantasy. Final fantasy gas canister.
So when I asked you, when you said that this time was okay, did you completely forget that you were recording stuff with Dex today?
A little bit.
Kind of.
Something in my head went, yeah, that'll work out.
And then you realized, oh wait,
Wait, no, that's not really work out.
I guess I'll be a couple minutes late, huh?
Oh,
Go.
Oh well. It's not that bad.
yeah.
You were only like 15 minutes late and nothing really important had happened. I mean, we hadn't even gotten up to the part where Titus goes into Sin's fleshy, undulating butthole.
Oh yeah, man, that's what I want to see. That's the good stuff.
Yep. Only the best parts. Have you played Final Fantasy X in general, or is this like your first exposure to it?
No, I haven't seen it before. I haven't played a bunch of
This is it.
Final Fantasy X played, but I've never actually played it myself.
I was explaining earlier that I'm kind of schizophrenic with this game because I really like the combat and the leveling up stuff, but the story is just absolute garbage. And I don't like any of the characters except for one of the characters who is like one of the last people to join your party.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't join the party for like 6 or 8 hours or whatever. Kinda sucks.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Why, old man?
Yeah, I think everybody seems to have like kind of a mixed opinion of this game. I've never actually seen like a solid, this game is good, this game isn't good opinion when it comes to this game.
Oh god. There are some people who like I really don't get why they like certain Final Fantasies, but Final Fantasy is one of those like series where like every game is the best game in the series, but at the same time every game is the worst game in the series. But like,
Yeah.
really, how can you defend Final Fantasy VIII? I just no.
I think
What are you
I
talking
had a
about? You
dream.
don't like the draw system?
dream.
Ah!
Idea?
I wanted someone.
What? You don't like this entire
So I
you don't like this story that doesn't make sense the moment you hit the second disc?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yep.
Again, I've never actually played Final Fantasy VIII. I do know a lot.
I played Final Fantasy VIII, got stuck really super early in the 4th disc, and then quit because I was not... I just did not care enough. Meanwhile, I have played Final Fantasy IX like 20 times, and it's great, and I love it, and I'm pretty sure...
That's the one game I see everyone say is the best, like a really good one.
Anybody there?
Funny thing, for the longest time
Aaron!
in high school, I was the only person I knew who actually liked Final Fantasy IX. Everybody else was like, Final Fantasy VIII is so great, and Final Fantasy IX sucks because all the characters look like cartoons. And I was like, no, shut up.
No.
That is literally their only reason for disliking Final Fantasy IX was that the characters don't look realistic, and I'm like, that's the best part. It won't age like ass. Have
That's
you?
the only reason a lot of people didn't like Wind Waker. Remember?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the trailer. It's like a cartoon. What the fuck is this? I'm like, no, this looks great. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Wind Waker is legitimately my favorite Zelda game, especially the HD version where you get the sail that goes twice as fast and makes you always go the direction of the wind. It's great.
All good.
It is super fantastic. I've actually been replaying that. I just finished the Tower of the Gods.
You know what is really awful? I've heard Wind Waker since it came out. I've never finished it.
I finished it once.
I really want to finish it with the HD collection, but I
Oh.
went to the Triforce hunt and was like,
They fixed the Triforce hunt from a lot. Yeah, what they did was you only... Yeah, they only... Before, you needed to get 8 charts and then sail around and get 8 different pieces of Triforce in 8 different sections of the ocean. Now, you only get 3 charts, and in 5 of the places where you used to get charts, you just get the Triforce piece.
Cool.
Yeah, like, I think one of the Triforce charts used to be on the ship, on, like, the ghost ship. But now when you go to the ghost ship and do that, it just gives you the Triforce piece.
That ghost ship's really hard, too.
I don't remember the ghost ship. I've only ever gotten up to it once.
Yeah,
That's
actually very confusing.
that's why I want to. That's why I'm kind of replaying it, and also I'm replaying it because I don't want to go into a Let's Play blind. I really want to. I really want to Let's Play Wind Waker.
I think you really should Let's Play Wind Waker.
Wind Waker is a fantastic game. Okay. I asked
All the Zelda LPs.
I asked Jordan, and he's like, "No, I want to do it by myself. I want to do it myself one day." And I'm like, "You fucking suck, Jordan. God damn it."
He likes good games.
He does. Well, he also had... It's funny. For a long time, I didn't think there was a single opinion on video games that me and Jordan shared, because we had, like every game he thought was great, I was like, "No, you're wrong for liking this." And then every time I brought up a video game opinion, he's like, "You're super dumb. This is wrong." And it's only recently... Like, we built a friendship around hating each other's opinions on video games, and it's only recently where we were like, where I was like, "Man, this game is super good," and he's like, "Yeah, I know," and I'm like, "Wait, fucking seriously? You agree with me? What? What is this shit?" Oh, I don't even remember, but ever since then we've been agreeing on more things, and he really wants to play fucking Toad, Captain Toad, and I'm trying not to rub it into my European friends' faces about how good that game is,
Yeah,
but that game is so good.
Don't do that. Oh my god. It's only a few weeks away from me.
I know. It's a good game. You will enjoy it. You will love it. I know you will.
I know I'm so looking forward to playing. I know I'm gonna play with a massive grin on my face.
And I'm not going to spoil anything.
The first time I played Video, that's how I played it.
Oh God!
A grin on my
But
face.
that's because 3D World literally has no bad levels in it. There's not a single bad level in 3D World until, like, the bonus stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I almost go as far as to say, I think some of the bonus stuff is a bit, like, it's hard to stick with.
Yeah.
Especially that final level.
I don't know. I think part of the point of this secret levels like that is to be, like, absurdly hard. Because, like, I never unlocked the secret level for 3D Land, but isn't the secret level for 3D Land also, like, obscenely hard?
Oh yeah, no, I've never beat it. I beat the 3D world, but never beat the one for 3D Wild is fun, I can't do it.
I've never even unlocked it because, like, the thought of having to go through every level with Mario and Luigi and then gold flagpole each of them for both brothers is just like, no. No, I beat the entirety of the second special set of worlds. I'm good. I'm done. It's like when I got to World Mushroom and then the first level is like, "Hey, do this level with the super strict time limit." I was like, "No, I think I'm done. I think I'm done now."
I thought I was gonna die in this place.
It's a shame because some of the bonus levels actually really good.
Yeah. I remember I was in the World Mushroom video with you for your 3D World LP. And it's like, they start out World Mushroom with the hardest level in World Mushroom.
Yeah. And then after that, it's like, okay, you're done. You can have fun now.
You can have fun until, like, World Crown. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, no, there was that one world in, World Flower, where it was, like, the jungle level, but, like, super dark and filled with, like, a billion more piranha plants.
Piranha Creeper Creek after that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, that one... Are we supposed to hear the other person? Yeah, you're supposed to be able to hear the other person. Uh-oh. Say something.
Uh-oh, am I quiet?
My Skype might be quiet. Hold on. Yeah, it was my Skype. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Quality commentary. You're not going to be able to hear any of
Oh,
it.
no! But you should be able to hear it now.
No, no.
I turned up Skype. Because I forgot that Windows does this weird auto-ducking thing that you need to
You can turn that off,
fix.
I'm pretty sure.
Now he is at 0.1% volume. I don't know what's wrong, because he's completely maxed out on sound. Hold on. Audio, no. Broadcast settings, no. Encoding, no. I don't know what setting it would be under. Oh, well. It's roughly 10 times as loud, but still really hard to hear. That's weird, because I've never had a problem with this before.
That is weird.
Let me check, see something, if there's any more. Okay, well, try say something else now.
Hello.
They just need to shout everything. Yes, I'll make you do that. No, I think I may have fixed it.
Sounds fine on the stream to me. I just listened to myself back. It sounds fine.
Okay. Okay, so he's saying that it's good now. Alright, I fixed it.
Okay. Maybe I just needed to move closer to the microphone. Maybe that was it. I had it too far away from myself, maybe.
It was I had to turn up both Skype and OBS.
Yeah, well there you go.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yep. So, everybody should hear Dex now. I'm sorry for everybody not being able to hear Dex's sweet voice.
Oh man. All that quality commentary gone to waste.
Yep.
You know I charge by the hour, right?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. Can I go down this way? Oh, this is where I came from, alright. That is good for all four of us. Technically only 3, because one of the viewers is Dex.
It's me. I'm in the audience and on the stage. What's going on?
Oh man, that's weird. But yes, this is
weird?
The fact that you are in the audience and in the stage. It's like some sort of David Blaine shit going on.
Oh man.
Remember?
Next I'm gonna put myself inside a giant see-through cube and hang myself above a bridge. Above a lake or whatever the hell it was he did that one time.
I don't know.
Weird.
I loved that one series of specials where that one magician just started revealing how all of the tricks were done. Because it was just one big giant fuck you to the magic community. And then like in the very last one he dumbly revealed who he was. So they were like so it wasn't, you know, so now they all blacklisted him. They're like, we're not telling you how we do anything anymore. And he's like, oh, well, I guess these specials are done for forever now.
Oh, that's a shame. So he did tell people how to do a bunch of different magic, I guess.
Yeah. Like he
So is it stuff like when you see it and you go, "Oh, that's how they did it." Like it's like
yeah.
super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There were a couple of more complicated ones, but for the most part, it was relatively simple stuff. Oh, did you see that one special that Penn and Teller had, where they had people?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, it was a little bit ago. They had a bunch of people come up and show them their magic tricks, and they said that if they could figure out how you did it, then they revealed your trick to the world. But if they couldn't figure out how you did it, then you got to open for them in Vegas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And there was one guy who did one trick, and like he thought it was a fairly new trick, but Penn was like, "Well, I've seen this trick. One of my friends used to do it a lot, and he told me how to do it. So I'm going to tell you right now, I know how you do it, but out of respect for him, I'm not going to reveal how you did it."
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
but like he was the only guy where they actually figured out how he did it, and they didn't say anything about it because that would have been dickish to his friend, I guess.
Yeah.
Did they say how you can make the major landmarks go away? Yes, they did. What they did with the major landmarks was like the audience was actually in on it, and the major landmarks were just on a special set that rotated and moved. So when they pulled up the curtain, the set would just rotate a little bit, and then when they dropped the curtain, they were facing like, I don't know, 20 feet to the left or something. So that's why they always did it out. They did it with landmarks out on the water, like the Statue of Liberty, because that way it looked relatively the same. But that's both a simple and complicated one. It's simple because like it's it's a rotating platform, but it's also complicated because like who the fuck has money for a moving platform? Anyway, I like how Titus just assumes that this creepy girl dressed in S&M gear is on his side. He's like, "You're on my side. That's awesome."
Why wouldn't she be?
But yes. Riku, this is... I mean, I'm spoiling things a little bit, but this is Riku. She's a thief, and you can, like, steal shit from monsters with her, and then use it against them. Like, I just stole grenades from this giant cat thing. And then I'm going to use the grenade that I stole off of him and chuck it right in his face. Bam. This thing has like an absurd amount of hit points, by the way. It took like three grenades to the face and before it died. Oh man, 2 ability spheres. I better hold on to those forever because fucking ability spheres become really scarce super like until 4 hours into the game.
That's one thing I've seen with Final Fantasy games a lot, is it's like, in order to get certain weapons, you need like a certain amount of items, and it's like this one item that you get like once during the beginning of the game, once in the middle of the game, and once again at the end of the game. And if you don't know to hold on to those things...
Yeah, god. Final Fantasy XII was the worst of those because one of the ultimate weapons was hidden in a special chest. However, if you opened up any one of 4 unmarked chests in the game, then you are locked out of it, and the game never tells you this. So there are 4 chests that if you open it up, then you miss out on like this super amazing like spear weapon.
Great.
So it like if you don't have the guide open, then well fuck you. Just fuck you. Either open all of them or don't open it. Oh, and I think one of the chests is in an area with like a billion different other chests. So it's like if you go in here and you start opening chests random like willy-nilly, it's like, well, you accidentally opened the one that you shouldn't have opened, so you don't get the spear. Sorry.
Of course.
And the worst part is, it's like it's not even a they're not even that great of items. It's like you can either get a super secret ultra rare spear, or you can get like 3 potions in an elixir. And it's all, oh my god.
I said I don't understand.
Fed! You said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me?
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess she didn't speak any English or whatever. Japanese, I guess, technically. Oh, I didn't get a primer. I forgot that there is a... Oh, no, this is the first one. Okay. I now understand the letter A.
Oh, almost.
Oh, yes, the, like, 20-minute long sphere grid tutorial that I can't skip.
Nice.
Yeah. I do like the sphere grid a lot, though. I think the sphere grid is pretty neat, although it's kind of ridiculous about how some people are like, I filled the entire sphere grid with every character, and I'm like, sphere grid's fucking enormous. It has to be big enough for 6 different characters to do 6 entirely different kinds of jobs.
Some people have a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah. Yeah, they have entirely too much time on their hands. There's a trophy in the high definition version for filling the sphere grid with every character, and I'm like, fuck no! I have a life! I want to play other games at some point this millennium.
I have other things I want to fucking... Yeah, I have other fucking things I want to do with my life.
And like, I chose the standard grid, but the expert grid I think is supposed to be smaller and more compact, but also, like, if you don't know what you're doing, you can very easily screw yourself.
Shit, it is big.
Yeah. Like, that third zoom out thing, that's not even, like, all of the sphere grid. That's it. When fully zoomed out, it does not cover the entire grid at all.
Good lord.
Oh yeah, I guess I should level him up. And learn the ability, I think, Cheer? Yes, Cheer.
I like how he gave a cool thumbs up before he jumped off the boat.
Yeah, that's Titus. He's kind of a dork.
Yeah, that's Titus. Yeah.
And not even a dork in a fun, lovable way, but like, it's just like, I really fucking hate this character way.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, he's whiny. That's how I would describe him.
I will give him this. He is more tolerable than Waka. Waka...
I thought Waka was cool.
No, Waka's awful and
I thought
racist.
He was supposed to be cool.
No, like he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be like. He's supposed to be likable. Like they try to portray him as likable, but major spoilers for something late in the game. One of the characters' hometowns is destroyed, and then he's like, "You shouldn't be too sad." Boom! Like happy fireworks, right? And I'm like, "No, Waka, what the fuck is wrong with you? Their home was just destroyed."
Fucking hell.
They're homeless. They have to live on an airship now.
John DiMaggio, why?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't watch Adventure Time without hearing Marcus Phoenix's voice. It's terrible.
The best part about knowing that is his voice is that from now on, any scene that I don't like with Waka, I can just replace with Bender's dialogue. Hey, are you ready to blitz? Bite my shiny metal ass.
Yeah.
Okay. So for right now, I just want to steal a bunch of grenades from Fish because
How does he hold his breath so long?
They never really explain that. Apparently, like, blitzball players just have the ability to hold their breath for, like, I don't know, 20 fucking minutes at a shot. And Riku is...
Wow.
Just, for some reason, Riku can just hold her breath forever as well, even though she doesn't play blitzball at all. But Titus, Riku, and...
Do you only ever get to play Blitzball 1?
No. There's actually an entire minigame based around blitzball, and it is terrible and all based around math. And it's just like, no, you took it was the perfect opportunity to get Final Fantasy X away from a numbers game, because it is just like most other RPGs. It is just a numbers game.
Increase the numbers.
Increase the numbers.
Make the numbers go up.
You had the cool opportunity to make like a fun, like real-time action, like sports game that was just basically underwater. It was basically like rugby with a third dimension added, and then you didn't take it, and instead you made it a different numbers game. Why would you do
you
this?
Just want to give people what they want. The numbers.
You gotta make the numbers fucking into the stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
There's this. I think this game is like absolutely ridiculous with the numbers, because there's like certain abilities that let you break the original damage cap. So like your characters can deal like 99,999 damage. It's like, what the fuck? No.
Oh god. What?
And then there are enemies with like 4 million HP. It's like hidden bosses. They all have like 4 million hit points, and it still takes like half an hour to beat them, even when you're hitting the damage cap. Because because on top of having to worry about dealing damage, you also have to worry about taking damage and like healing yourself and everything. So it's just fucking. It just takes for fucking ever. It's ridiculous how ridiculous the numbers in this game get, and to this day I have never really cared enough to actually do many of the side quests for this game, because it's like,
are there many?
There's a shitload, I think. Like,
really? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. To unlock the full potential of certain hidden of all the ultimate weapons, so that way they don't completely suck. You have to find special sigils and crests for every weapon, and the sigils are easy enough to find. They're just like in chests around the world. But in order to find, like, the sigils, you have to do, like, ridiculous side quests that have, like, ridiculous, standards in order to get the crests and everything. Like, there's one race thing where you have to finish with a time equal to or less than 0 seconds.
Right.
And then there's another one where you have to, like, dodge lightning 200 times. It's like, no!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen where you gotta do that. Yeah, no, fucking...
Yeah.
The timing on that looked so hard.
It-
It
yeah.
looked really hard to kind of gauge when the right time to press the button was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And one of the things that the strategy guide says is do it near the save point and take like breaks after every 15 minutes so that way your eyes just don't glaze over, and this way you can save, and so that way if you screw up then at least you don't have to start all over again.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I'm not even gonna bother doing this because it's ridiculous.
Is there a way to get the ultimate weapon? Or one of the ultimate weapons?
No, like
The
the ultimate weapons, I think you have to like do a certain side quest and it unlocks an item and you can use that item to like find the ultimate weapons in places. But it's still really obtuse, and you really need like a guide in order to get the ultimate weapons. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I heard that I remember one of the guides that my fiance got for the Final Fantasy X HD actually was really garbage.
Yeah,
She was like, this does not have all the information.
Yeah.
And she ended up using the original guide she already had for Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, the guide for
back when the game fucking came out.
The guide for 10 and 10-2 are pretty garbage. I will say this, like it looks like a full-size guide, but it covers both games. So it is actually like half a guide for two games.
No.
It is almost as bad as the Final Fantasy IX guide. Almost. Have you heard about the Final Fantasy IX guide?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so this was back in the day where it was like unacceptable to have a strategy guide that was like over 150 pages or something. So in order to save space, they only presented like a quarter of the information, and throughout the guide they were like, hey, go to this website and punch in this code to learn more about how you're supposed to do this thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then...
Hey,
and now...
you bought this guide on paper. Look it up online, dweeb.
and the worst part is that the site is now defunct. Well, it's not defunct. It just completely... It used to be dedicated to that guide, but then it became a sort of like hybrid for the guide and then Final Fantasy 11 stuff, and then it became dedicated to like Final Fantasy 11 and 14. Like you can't even find the fucking strategy guide stuff on there anymore.
Good.
No, it's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've often heard it described as the worst strategy guide of all time, and I would not disagree with that. Like,
so if you buy a guide for Final Fantasy IX now, do they just like mail you a piece of paper that just says GameFAQs.com on it? Is that?
I don't know. Oh god.
You probably could still buy it. I mean, you could probably still buy it, but you probably shouldn't. Unless there's another guide somewhere out there you can get.
You want to know the worst fucking thing is? Like, when I got the guide for Final Fantasy IX, what I actually wanted was the art book to Final Fantasy IX, which was right next to it. My mom was like, no, that's just filled with nothing but drawings and stuff. You should at least get the book that tells you...
God damn it.
Yeah, that tells you how to beat the game, and I'm like, okay, fine, so I got that. And wouldn't you know it, like, I'm thinking about this years and years later. Like, so many years later.
Boy.
And I'm like, I wonder how much that book is now. So I go online. It turns out that the art book was extremely rare. And it sells for a lot of money. And I'm like, really? Really? You convinced me to go the other way.
Item.
It is a very definite collector's item that I could have gotten for $20. But I didn't.
Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Yup.
Oh.
It was bad. I got so angry when I remembered that. I was like, God damn it! No.
You call your mom up on the phone. You remember all those years ago?
No, I don't even have to call my mom up on the phone. I still live at home. It sucks. But, I mean...
You just go downstairs.
Yeah, just
You
go downstairs.
remember when you told me not to buy the guide?
Oh,
You know how much money you cost me?
I could have gotten
You're
like
aware that is now?
I could have gotten like $600 for that book. Fuck you. I don't know how much it. I don't know how much it actually. While this cutscene is going, I'm going to look up how much that book is on Amazon.
About Xanarkin.
I'm gonna look it up also.
Right there.
do it.
Blitzball and Sin's attack. And
Art
Aaron and I were
book.
both in this light. I just said things as I
Um.
mind.
Oh, that's actually not too bad anymore.
Oh, right, okay.
It's only $50 used and new. Oh, I know.
Ah.
9 new from $99 and 1 collectible from $176.44.
You.
Yep.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time.
I could have gotten it for like $20 back in the day,
Maybe you just had some kind
but
of...
no.
Jeez. Yeah.
And it's a shame because Final Fantasy IX is definitely my favorite
Sin's toxic.
one, and it has my favorite art style out of all of them because they didn't even bother trying to make it look realistic.
1,000 years ago.
Although part of the reason for that, I think, is because originally it wasn't supposed to be like a full-fledged Final Fantasy title. It was supposed to be like a side
Yeah.
project to hold them over until the real Final Fantasy IX came out. And then it eventually expanded to 2 discs, and then 4 discs, and they're like,
Yeah.
this is a real game now. We need to make it Final Fantasy IX.
Were they still SquareSoft when they made Final Fantasy IX? I could have sworn they were Square Enix by that point.
No, they were still. I think Final Fantasy X was their last Square Soft game,
Oh, okay. All right.
but I know they were still Square Soft by Final Fantasy IX.
Okay.
But
Oop.
whoop,
You said...
What did Enix even make? I don't even know. I don't know
Um,
anything about that. All I know is that they're
Dragon
joined
Quest.
together with Square forever now.
Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, stuff like that.
No.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they do
but
Monster Rancher? Or was that...
Find someone you
I
recognize.
think they did Monster Rancher. I'm not sure.
Did they?
I don't know. I've never actually played a Monster Rancher game.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. But I know they're like.
Monster.
I think it's kind of funny that they ended up buying Square, and the entire reason
I'll get you to Luke.
Square is even in business is because they decided to rip off Dragon Warrior,
You'd rather stay here?
and they did it super badly too. Like the original Nintendo Final Fantasy is a buggy piece of shit,
Says it's a friendly place.
but everybody loved it. Like, so many spells don't actually do anything because the coding is wrong and messed up and calculates things incorrectly and doesn't take certain things into account.
Monster Rancher is actually made by Tecmo Koei.
Oh, okay.
My Xanarkin? Some kind of holy place?
Now you know. Now we all know.
Yep. But, yeah, like, there's one spell in Final Fantasy 1 that's supposed to, like, increase your strength by a lot.
Uh-huh.
But because
Yeah.
because the programming is wrong in some way, I forget exactly how, but because it is incorrect, it does not actually take into account that spell's effect, so it doesn't actually do anything. They fixed it for future versions of the game, but in the Nintendo version of the game, that spell effectively is a waste of money.
Nice.
Oh, we're getting attacked by Flesh Whale again, I guess.
Oh no.
Even though you don't really see the Flesh Whale until... Like, not even part of the Flesh Whale bits until later in the game. Like, another hour or so from now. Also, I said it on Twitter, but 2014 was kind of a garbage year for video games.
What was it?
I can't really think of anything except for like Bayonetta 2 that came out and like exceptionally like absolutely blew me away, because like Captain Toad is really good, yeah, but like I mean at the same time it's just more of a game, of a mini game that I've already played.
Yeah.
But like Bayonetta 2,
no Mario Kart 8.
oh, I guess Mario Kart 8 came. Yeah, I forgot about Mario Kart 8, but like
Smash.
it's Smash is Smash.
Smash. No.
I mean,
Smash is Smash.
I mean,
Smash
it's the
is
best.
Smash.
I guess
Yeah.
it's the best version of Smash so far. Yeah, but like at the same time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's just Smash. But like, there's no, at least no game that I have played that was like absolutely jaw-dropping this year. But that's because I haven't played Bayonetta 2 or Alien Isolation. Like the closest thing I can think of to like a AAA game that I was even remotely impressed by was Shadow of Mordor. And Shadow of Mordor's regular gameplay or regular story mode is just awful. It's all about getting like playing around with the Nemesis system and doing the open world stuff. I guess Shovel Knight did come out. Yeah, okay, Shovel Knight.
Yeah, Shovel Knight did come out. Yeah.
Shovel Knight, Game of the Year, 2014.
Shovel Knight was pretty good.
Oh
man, that's right. Are we coming up on that patch of? Are we coming up on that patch of year where everyone starts doing their Game of Year stuff, or is that like?
Yeah, it's that time of year. Like, and I haven't
that time of year again.
I haven't even played it, but I can probably tell that if I get it for Christmas, Bayonetta 2 is probably going to be my Game of the Year. But for right now, my Game of the Year is Captain Toad. Simply because I have not played anything else that has impressed me anywhere near as much. But next year is going to be an amazing year for video games, because you've got Splatoon, you've got the new Zelda, you've got Arkham Knight, you've got
Majora's Mask 3D.
I'm the guy who kind of dislikes Majora's Mask, but okay.
No, man.
I'm gonna give Majora's Mask 3D a shot, because when I formed my opinion of Majora's Mask, I was 14. And
you should try that again.
Yeah, definitely. But what else? Oh yeah, the new Tomb Raider is coming out, although I don't know if that will be available on systems other than the Xbox One until 2015. But I'm excited about that. Supposedly there's a new God of War that might be out in 2015? Maybe?
Maybe.
But yeah, next year is going to be a super good game. Oh, Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Yeah.
Basically, Nintendo is
don't
going
forget
to...
new Star Fox.
Oh
don't
yeah, that's
new
right.
Star Fox.
New Star Fox, that's right.
It's gonna be such a fucking good year.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Is going to be a fantastic year for video games, and just like owning a Wii U in general is really going to pay off in 2015.
Now's the time for Wii U owners to be smug as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Wii U is probably going to be the best console, next-gen console, for quite a while. Until...
Yeah.
Although 2015 is also going to be a pretty good year for like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But...
Yeah.
The thing about
what's coming out on the Xbox One in 2015?
Well, I mean...
What's coming to Xbox in 2015?
I don't know, but I was talking more about for like stuff that wasn't exclusive, like Arkham Knight. Yeah, that's only going to be on PS4 and Xbox One and PC, but I mean that's still going to be a really good game that I am really excited for, and I am still fucking planning on doing an Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, or not Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and probably even Origins Let's Plays, because those are. Except for Origins, those are really good games that I really want to talk about. And I'm actually sort of good at them because I know how the combat system works. Don't play those games like a button masher, you will be awful at them.
It was just as Riku said.
I pretty much decided that I was going to LP those games the moment I was like,
Why would they?
yeah, I should probably platinum these games because I like them so much and I want to play all that extra content. And then as I was learning, as I was doing the platinum stuff for Arkham City and learning like how the combat works and how like so that way I can do like
I appreciated the fact
all of those combat rooms and stuff, I was like,
but at that
I
time,
think I have to LP this game. I've learned so much about the combat system.
what happened to me? All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time.
Never finished Arkham Asylum.
For now, I just
Got
live
like
life until
halfway
I'm
through it, I
dead.
think.
No more worrying about where or when I
Got
was.
distracted by either got distracted by something else, or that game came out in the year when I had like a ton of university work to do, so I
Oh.
just like had to put video games to one side to do other stuff.
I will say that each of the Arkham games do have the best something about them of the Arkham series so far.
Mm.
Like, Arkham Asylum definitely has, out of all of the Arkham games, the best level design. Because they clearly knew what they wanted to do with the level design in that game. And because it's not open world, they could definitely make it more focused. Arkham
Yeah.
City has like the best combat because of the way they changed it up between Arkham City and Arkham Knight, or Arkham City and Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
They fix a lot of the problems, like there. I don't think there was enough quick gadgets in Arkham Asylum, and there wasn't enough like takedown options, and they fixed that a lot in Arkham City by adding more of those.
What's the big idea?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with Arkham City is that it has an absolute garbage story. Like, it has the worst story out of all of them. It's still my favorite game out of all of them, but I can fully admit like that the story is just really bad. And Arkham Origins has the best story out of all of them, but also has the worst gameplay because like they changed it in weird, confusing ways that I don't really understand why they would do things. Like, as you progress through that game, the timing for counters gets tighter. Like it is a thing that I
Right.
like replaying the game. I definitely saw that the timing for counters got harder to pull off, and I don't understand why you needed to do that.
Mm.
And it makes me feel really awful, like, especially late towards the game, where if like you're not psychic and see the punch coming ahead of time, then you're fucking hit.
Wow.
Oh my
That sounds
god.
pretty harsh.
The timing for it really late in the game is just so brutal, and I don't understand why it's like that. But it still has a really good story compared to the other two. And it also has like the best boss fights in the game, in the series, aside from one in Arkham City that was against Mr. Freeze. Because if you had told me that the best boss fight in the Arkham series was going to be a stealth boss fight, I would have laughed in your face until I played the Mr. Freeze boss fight. Because the way that boss fight works is
Boy.
is Mr. Freeze actually learns how you stealth fight, so he closes off options as you use them. So if you sneak up behind him once and then do like a stealth takedown to like trip him and stuff, he'll learn that you will sneak behind him, so he'll put up a force field around his back, and if you try to sneak around behind him, you'll just get pushed out of the way. And then
Why?
and then if you try, you can get him through the window, and he'll learn that you'll go through the window, so he'll like freeze up all the window panes with like super thick ice that you can't break through. And it's actually really good and really fun, and I really like it.
Man.
But anyway, Final Fantasy X. We're still in.
Yeah.
We're still in X matching mode. Like the combat doesn't get really super deep or interesting until you hit like the 6-hour mark and you've unlocked most of your party members. But it is a good combat system once you get that far. And it is not like
Better.
Arkham. It's not like Final Fantasy 13, where you're like, well, you just need to play the game for like 35 hours and then the tutorial ends. No, no. Don't tell me that.
No. So after 6 hours, the game starts to sort of find its feet.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's still got a really awful story, but like the combat at that point becomes interesting because certain monsters act certain ways. Like there are some that have like really thick hides but are really slow. So even though Titus is fast, his sword isn't designed to like pierce armor. So you have to get another dude who has a sword who can actually like go through thick hide and damage them that way.
Yeah.
But then like if you try to use that same guy against like really nimble monsters, they'll just dodge out of his way because he has like really crap accuracy. So you have to switch out and bring out Titus to hit them because they have pretty low hit points but really high like dodging abilities. And also like it's really interesting. Like it's pretty good. I like the combat in this game.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkin had in common.
It's just I wish the story hadn't been...
Was good.
I don't know what happened with the story or who wrote it or who thought it was a good idea. Maybe it was one of those things where they were just like way too scared to bring up the faults because the person on it was like kind of an intimidating personality. Like the Star Wars prequels, you know, by that point George Lucas had pretty much claimed all of the credit for writing the original trilogy when really he only wrote like rough drafts and listened to everybody around him and like was like when they told him that was a dumb idea and you should change it, he listened to them. And then you can see in like the making of stuff of the original of like the prequel trilogy that like when he is talking to people, they are way too scared to be like, this seems like a really fucking stupid idea, guys.
10 years without a single one will do that.
But nobody brought it up, so
Like I hate that when people are just too afraid to say anything, and then that means like something that could be super cool gets driven into the ground because super high profile person's working on it, so no one's going to question them.
which is why I'm sort of glad that George Lucas has been kicked out of Star Wars, and maybe, just maybe, with J.J. Abrams making good Star Wars movies out of Star Trek movies, maybe we can get a good Star Wars movie again.
Maybe.
I really fucking hate those Star Trek movies, though. Oh my god. Like, if they did not have the names...
Is it because you...
If they did not have the name Star Trek associated with them, and like you renamed every single character to be like something completely different, and it was a different movie, I might like it. But no, instead it is like I'm watching Spock not act like Spock at all. Or rather, I am seeing him act like what normal people think Spock acts like, as opposed to like what he actually is supposed to act like. And like how Uhura supposedly knows like a billion different languages, but when you watch Star Trek 6, she actually has to have a Klingon to English dictionary because she doesn't know how to speak Klingon.
See, I never actually really watched Star Trek, so those movies were like alright to me, you know. I didn't think they were like amazing or anything, like as movies. I thought they were actually pretty sort of mediocre, honestly. Like even just as movies on their own, forgetting about the Star Trek thing, they were just kind of, you know,
I will say that
they're movies.
I will say that they are pretty good as like Star Trek plots, like because you can definitely tell like if you just tweaked them around a little bit, they would be pretty good Star Wars movies. But like as Star Trek movies, they failed completely and utterly. Because the thing about Star Trek is that aside from like Deep Space Nine, 90% of all of Star Trek's problems were solved by sitting down and talking and making sure that everybody understood what was going on and why it was not a good idea to go into war over every little thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of sort of seemed like maybe he would be more suited to directing Star Wars movies then.
Yeah. Like, he even said, like, I think as he was making the second Star Trek movie, that he hates slow, contemplative sci-fi. So why the fuck would you take on a Star Trek project if you hate slow, contemplative sci-fi? It is just, it baffles me. It really does.
I don't know.
It just... I never saw the second one, though, because I did not like the first one that much. And according to my sister, who did watch the second one, it takes a big steaming dump on on Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, and apparently she was in tears about how much it just absolutely missed the point of Star Trek II.
Well, you see, Bamba Snoot Bumpy Dick is in it, and I don't like him very much.
I love how whenever anybody says any variation of his name, you instantly know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I really don't like the guy.
No, I don't like him either.
Yeah,
and like,
I don't get what everybody thinks is so great about him. I'm like, he's just like, he's the most ordinary person I've ever seen in my fucking life. He looks like everybody fucking else that lives in this country. Why is everyone going fucking nuts over this guy? He just looks like a guy. Fucking...
I don't know.
Oh man, we lost a viewer. I must have been because I was bad-mouthing Wimbledon. It must have been because I was bad-mouthing Wimbledon tennis match.
The best part of Star Trek movies are fanboys nerd raging. I'm nerd raging because it is literally not a Star Trek movie. It is a Star Wars movie. And as a Star Wars movie, it is pretty okay. But as a Star Trek movie, it is absolute and utter garbage. And I would rather just sit down and watch The Next Generation for 7 hours at a shot. Or Deep Space Nine.
How do you feel about the fact that Simon Pegg once appeared on a show where he said that every odd-numbered Star Trek movie was shit, and then proceeded to appear in an odd-numbered Star Trek movie? How do you feel about that?
Well, to be fair, every odd-numbered Star Trek movie is shit, except for three. Except for Search for Spock. That one was actually pretty alright for an odd-numbered Star Trek movie.
I think the only Star Trek movie I've seen is the one with the Borg.
Yeah, that one's awful.
That's the only one I've seen.
That one was bad.
Yeah.
I hated that one.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I like the fan theory that the reason that the rest of the Next Generation movies seem so at odds with like the Next Generation show is because in the first Next Generation movie, Picard never actually leaves the Nexus. So all the rest of the Next Generation movies just take place in his mind because he's dead and in heaven.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's that seems like pretty sort of base level theory if you ask me. He's really dead. It's all a dream. I see that so many fucking times. I swear to God.
Yeah. That's basically like the excuse you give for if you like something, but you know it's garbage. Like, there's
Try to make it seem deeper than it really is.
There's a fan theory for Final Fantasy VIII, like, where they say that Squall dies at the end of the first disc, and like the rest of the game takes place in like a fraction of a second as he's like fading out and going into the light. And it's like, I'm just sitting here going, listen, if you have to justify the game like this, then you don't actually like it, okay? You think you like it, you have tricked yourself into liking it, and now you're trying to rationale the fact that you like it by saying it doesn't actually happen. Well, no, it actually did happen, and it's just poorly written and confusing.
Or you're just trying to find an excuse to like something that's bad. The thing is, you can like stuff that's bad. That's okay. That's fine. You can like stuff that's bad. Even if everyone else tells you that you're wrong for liking it, it's okay. You can like stuff that's bad.
Yeah. They're called guilty pleasures for a reason.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think I'm about done with this game because I've been streaming for almost an hour and a half, and it has been roughly like an hour's worth of cutscenes, and I'm starting to get tired of it.
So you just love watching cutscenes, though, in a video game?
It's fantastic. It's the best. That's why Metal Gear...
people take Uncharted to task for that, but I honestly think that Uncharted breaks that up really well, whereas other games like Final Fantasy and Metal Gear Solid,
I've never had
they
a problem...
really lay the cutscenes on thick.
Yeah, like, I've never had a problem with Uncharted's cutscenes lengths. Like, I think those lengths are perfectly fine. Because, like, even the longest one is only about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Uncharted is really good about letting you play the cool and fun stuff. And not making it a cutscene.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done. The stream's over. Bye, guys.